So who ultimately is the Reserve Bank accountable to? If we are saying they are independent of the politicians, who are they ultimately accountable to? Ultimately, the Reserve Bank does not report into the finance minister or the president. That would compromise their independence. The Reserve Bank is ultimately accountable to Parliament. So they are ultimately accountable to Parliament. They don't report into the executive. They do have consultations with the executive, the Minister of Finance, if need be the presidency, so we can coordinate what we call fiscal policy and monetary policy. But the South African Reserve Bank does not report into the political principles. It reports ultimately into Parliament. Now, there's shades of grey here. This is not absolute. Let me give you an example. Who appoints the governor and the deputy governors of the South African Reserve Bank? It's the president. It's the president. But the governors and the deputy governors, since the implementation of the inflation targeting policy framework, have proved to be very, very independent and to do their jobs very, very seriously. And remember, even though the president appoints each of them for a 5-year term, once they've been appointed, the president cannot remove them. He cannot remove them. So that independence that I speak of is very, very strong, very, very high, but it's not absolute. It's not a black and white issue. There are shades of grey in between.